Part 2. Why the pre-trib rapture view is dangerous. The pre-trib rapture view is unsupported by Scripture, as shown in the first part of this series. It is also a dangerous view. In this part, we will explore why this is the case. First, Christians expecting to be raptured before the rise of the Antichrist will not recognize the Antichrist. This peaceful and most likely charismatic world leader simply cannot be the Antichrist if they are still here. Daniel warns us that the Antichrist will destroy many by peace. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Paul warns us that he will use signs and miracles. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. And in Revelation, we read that the Antichrist will come on a white horse, wearing a crown as the first of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I looked up and saw a white horse standing there. Its rider carried a bow, and a crown was placed on his head. It is only in the second half of the 7-year tribulation that the Antichrist will start to show his real intentions when he sets himself up in the temple to be worshipped. The ruler will make a treaty with the people for a period of 1 set of 7. But after half this time, he will put an end to the sacrifices and offerings. He will even sit in the temple of God, claiming that he himself is God. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. If Christians believe that the Antichrist will be revealed after they have been raptured, they will be susceptible to deception. Second, if Christians expect to be raptured before the tribulation, they will, most likely, not be mentally, spiritually, and physically prepared for coming hardship and persecution. In the words of Corey Ten Boom, there are some among us teaching there will be no tribulation, that the Christians will be able to escape all this. These are the false teachers that Jesus was warning us to expect in the latter days. Most of them have little knowledge of what is already going on across the world. I have been in countries where the saints are already suffering terrible persecution. In China, the Christians were told, "Don't worry, before the tribulation comes, you will be translated, raptured." Then came a terrible persecution. Millions of Christians were tortured to death. Later, I heard a bishop from China say, sadly, "We have failed. We should have made the people strong for persecution, rather than telling them Jesus would come first." Tell the people how to be strong in times of persecution, how to stand when the tribulation comes, to stand and not faint. In part 3 of this series, we will look more specifically at how to prepare. There are 2 groups of believers affected by this false pre-tribulation rapture view. First, there are Christians who have fully accepted the view. This is probably because they were taught this in church, or they read the Left Behind novels, or saw the movies. Second, there are Christians who are not sure yet. They haven't really dived into the subject. And also, they see all these experts disagreeing. Pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib. If the experts can't even agree, how can anyone know? Uncertainty often leads to passivity, and just like the first group, this group will also be unprepared for what is coming. In other words, you do not even have to accept the pre-tribulation rapture view. Uncertainty or indifference leaves you and your family potentially vulnerable. But test everything that is said. Hold on to what is good.